I am back with another tool for your toolkits. What's going on, family? Hey, light beams. How y'all doing? Shouts out to the HOC family, Occult College, gang. You all, today is day 2 in preparation for this new moon solar eclipse. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I think at this moment you can see me pretty clearly. I am so excited to continue this build up. This is just the beginning, family. This is just the beginning. We have so much in store for you, and today's class is actually going to be kind of thick. Okay, so I hope you have your notebooks ready and you're in a place to take notes. Um, because I'm going to really pile some things on you today. So don't forget to thumbs up this video. This information will be useful to you for years and years to come. All right. And I'm about to get started. Give y'all a chance to jump on in here. Where's the family tuning in from? Rep your city. Rep your set too. Okay. All right. Let me take this off. All right. Yo, before I get started, y'all already know. Light up the chat. Let me see them star emojis. Let me see them new moons, solar eclipses. Let me see. Light it up, light it up. I'm going to the chat. Who's here? Who's here? What up? What up, Denise? What up, Dominic? What up, Erica? How y'all doing? Okay. So listen, first and foremost, real talk. The whole gang, RBL, Occult College, HOC, family. Y'all have been the most dopest, diverse group of spiritual geek squad members that I have met in my entire life. And I just want to say from right now that I am so grateful that life opened up for me to have the opportunity to have met so many of you amazing people. All right. Y'all know I can't say thanks to all of these elements without mentioning the Dark Lord. All right. So thank you all so much for making this such a beautiful place to be in. I'm just excited about how much power we have access to, and the amount of information to be informed just gives you great power. Okay. So I'm going to get started. I got like so many things, so many things. Firstly, for those of you who are tuning in and you are in the HOC group, you have your first piece of homework, which is to print out. I don't have a plain one here with me. I'd have to go get you one. Just a circle with a 6-pointed star. Okay, so for those of you who may not be in there, you're trying to like keep up and wait till you get screened till you could get in the group or whatever the case may be. The first thing is you're going to print out a circle with a 6-pointed star inside of it. All right. This should be familiar to you in your psyche because the 6-pointed star was discussed during the chakra goddesses. It was discussed during other chakra work because it represents the anahata. It represents the heart energy, okay? Supreme heart energy. And if we don't know anything about the heart, one thing you need to know as you're on a spiritual experience and quest and journey and all of the goodness, right? Is that the heart is where the seed of the soul exists, giving us much insight on to what it is that means the most to us in the depths of ourselves. Okay? While you all are preparing for this new moon solar eclipse ritual, this is a centerpiece because we do not want to miss the target when it comes to manifesting what will be a brand new beginning. Okay? So I'm gonna give y'all a second. Y'all know me. I'm like really about to drop a lot of information on y'all. Okay? So first things first. If you look in the description, there's a link to the brand new ebony mala beads that are going to be very important for you to have in preparation for the winter solstice. Okay? Before I get into this ritual that is going to catapult us into the winter solstice, I want to give you some insight and some information and some wisdom about the ebony wood. Y'all know that I am the mother of the Fairy Gang clan, and it is important that as indigenous people to the planet, we gain more and more information about how nature speaks to us and how we work with nature so that we can have harmonious, beautiful, perfected outcomes in our work here. Okay? Can I get an ashe? All right. So let's get into the wisdom of ebony. Before you all run to the store to go and cop that because it's very limited. All right? Ebony wood is one of the most sought after woods on this planet. Understand? Ebony wood is good for dispelling evil energies, protecting your psyche from malefic magic. I don't want to say just dark magic, okay? Malefic. The intention is malefic. Protects your psyche from psychic attacks. It also brings forth the hidden creative information for things that are going to have long-term success. Okay? The ebony tree and wood remind us that it's time for us to have clarity. Okay? It's time for us to be very clear and to be current. Because while things are shifting around us, if we are not willing to be clear and current, we will miss the bus. Things are changing. Things are never going to be the same. So we cannot keep doing the same thing the same way forever and ever. It does not work that way. And the ebony wood reminds us that it's time to be absolutely clear. Okay? And with that clarity, you will be able to move forward in a very powerful way. We gain our power from having a strong stability. One of the challenges that you will be vulnerable to during this time in this new moon with this solar eclipse and its energy, okay, right now, is that you will be challenged with many smoke screens, misinformation, misperceptions, cloudedness, okay? And so with the power and the energy of the ebony, It helps us to be clear and to be able to see the truth. I didn't do that on purpose, y'all. That just happened. I didn't do that on purpose. But you already know. That's how things line up. Okay? There is a wisdom that you all are going to feel in this Sagittarian energy. Remember, I talked about the Sagittarian energy is like, I want to go. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do that. It's not just for folly, like just, I have no cares in the world, right? There is an intuitive knowing at a higher level that doesn't always seem to make sense to those who are very rigid and calculated. But the Sagittarius energy will learn very quickly and start to make decisions based off of that experience. And through that experience, we'll know that there's so much more to do, so much more to experience, and you can continue to expand. Out of balance will be the energy of forgetting that you still have responsibilities that are not always ready to move at that pace. So while you are moving forward very quickly, you want to be able to stop and actually do things that will plant you in a strong foundation with stability so that you don't lose your footing and miss some of the gifts, right? The gifts, the accumulation of all of those movements, moving forward, learning. Because if you're always like that fire energy, just scatter, 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 and you don't bring it down to earth, it can be fleeting. The success can be fleeting. The experiences of wonderful adventure and spontaneity and, great stories to tell can be fleeting. And we want to be able to like coagulate those experiences and make something that will be profitable to your life. So this energy of the ebony wood brings that forth. And while it is very important to understand that clarity brings forth the ability to execute properly, when we go so deeply and we're going to do rituals that take us to a place where we are very open psychically, we will want to have that protection to keep us from other entities and energies, people's inability to see that there is no lack here on the planet, that there's more than enough space for all of us to do well, to eat well, to exist amongst one another. Okay, and still be very, very, very comfortable and opulent, because that is law. There will be some energies that just don't live at that vibration. And so it's a protective force over the psyche so that you can go to those places and not be in any way having to worry about what is out there. Okay? So if you are ready to get your ebony wood mala beads and you want to receive a basically $20 discount, you can text me now. Y'all have my number, but I think I'll just put it in here. Text me now. I don't even want to sound like that. And I will get those to you. Okay? You probably have them in your hand no later than Monday. Okay? Text me now. So for those of you who are watching this video, you will be able to obtain your ebony wood mala beads in preparation for the winter solstice work that is coming. Okay? Let's see. The other piece about the ebony wood is that the intelligence of it comes with the power for longevity. The tree itself may take 70 to 200 years to mature. What we are working with metaphysically now is to prepare ourselves to make decisions that are going to have a generational impact, not just on for our own lives, but we realize that we are going to affect the lives of generations to come. Okay? This is an evergreen plant, and what we know about evergreens is that they survive throughout the harshest winters. Okay? All righty. So, next. I had you all print out this 6-pointed star for your ritual. Friday night, okay? I'm saying Friday night because the new moon is actually going to occur at 2:42 a.m. Saturday morning, okay? And so I have everyone starting at midnight Friday night so that you can spend a good solid like 3 hours of intense just focus on what it is that you want to really bring forth for generations to come. All right. The reason why I want to focus on this energy, there's a couple of numbers we're going to be working with, right? This new moon is going to occur at 12 degrees in Sagittarius. Okay. So we're going to start working with looking at the number 12 because this is the point in which we're getting an opportunity for bringing in a totally new blank slate. This is what I want next. Okay. With the number 12, when we break it down, we get 3. Okay. And even when we look at it, 1, 2, 3. 3 in itself is also related to Jupiterian energy. So we have a more concentrated energy of this 3, of this Jupiterian energy, Sagittarius again, of that optimism, okay? Spontaneity, adventure, desire to learn, connect with people, right? So while we have that energy of expansion, of travel, you think about how charismatic that energy is. Think about, for those of you who relate to tarot, even the Queen of Wands is like business is just a matter of, it's like magical. It just looks like it doesn't take much effort at all because it's whatever is necessary for success in business is as if like all the necessary tools and elements, people, teams, and everything comes together and it's just like beautiful, right? And it's wonderful to look forward to this year of 2022 where we have the 2 energy tripled, which is that supreme feminine power. Okay? Not just power, raw, not power just like that, right? But graceful power. Who can deny a graceful power? The world cannot deny a graceful power. All right? So, what you will notice while we're building up for the ritual is that I've built into it 4 points. Okay? Because the Sagittarius energy helps to fire us up and be confident and to take those leaps forward, to be spontaneous, to go with that truth that is just like, please do not try to hold me back. Don't try to bound me up. Like, I feel it in my spirit. Like, I got to go. I got to do this new thing. I got to get into it. Right. And while that is wisdom that's like the wisdom, the higher truth of like, this is my calling. Right. We want that 4 energy to ground us so that we can make very serious decisions. Okay? The 4 energy that I'm talking about, all right, speaks to stability. It speaks to responsibility. It speaks to making plans and drawing out a map of how to obtain those things using smart terms, right? Being specific, having measurable outcomes, having attainable goals, having realistic goals, and for them to be time bound. Okay? Sounds very Saturn, right? And then within all of this, right, we're moving forward into a year that is also going to be very 6 oriented. And that 6 is that Venus energy of harmonious perfection. Okay? Harmonious perfection. So here we are in this space where we're building up this energy of wanting to be social with one another. The holidays are happening. We want to get together. We want to connect with family. We want to connect with family on a higher level. Not just the blood family, but like the family that you find as you travel and you're like, yo, it feels like I've known you for a long time. Like we're wanting to capitalize on that. That is where we are going as a people. We're utilizing these virtual spaces to connect with family that is long distance and bringing them right to us. Okay? In 2022, we have that 2 energy that seeks to bring balance and harmony to relationships, right? With power and grace 3 times. So it's very strong. That energy to work together with people in the right networks is very strong so that we can get it done. We can get it done and have fun. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy we're moving into, but it's going to take discipline. And that discipline comes from these 4 points that you're going to amplify within this 12. I hope you're taking good notes because this is a lot of information. This is how powerful this new moon solar eclipse is going to be for us to really take advantage of doing this work and using all the elements to help us be totally clear and successful moving forward with a smile on our faces, with peace and joy in our hearts. Okay? You feel me? Press 1 in the chat if you feel me. You getting all of this. Let me take a little moment so you can catch up. While y'all do that, I'm going to say peace to those of you who just tuned in. Peace, Tim, Rob. Peace. What's up, Laughing Lauren? What's up, Elevating Rashley? What's up, Irma? Hey, Vishnus. Vishnus. All right. So during this new moon, I want to be really transparent with you all. Okay. One of the things, there's another aspect occurring that you're going to feel this really strong energy of like, excuse my language, like, bitch, don't kill my vibe. This is what I'm doing. Don't get away. Okay? This is what I want to do. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it. And this is it. Okay? You're going to feel that. It's like, it's going to be like that agitation of like, nah, yo, like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I got to do this a whole different way. Now, bear with me. While that agitation definitely helps us to get really, really honest with what our desires are, because of this energy, you can also kind of psych yourself up to see things in a way that like you're fighting against something, but it's not really fighting you at all. So there's like the misconception, the misperception where you feel like you got to fight for some kind of freedom, that you really do have the freedom and no one's trying to take your freedom away. So you don't want to sabotage any of the relationships that are working to your benefit as a collective, right? Not like working to your benefit and you're not adding to anything, you know, not like that. Working to your benefit because as a collective, it works better for the harmonious perfection. You understand? You don't want to allow that energy to create paranoia where you feel like, you got to keep one in the clip for people who are actually for you. But note, take a mental note that that energy will be high. And this is why we meditate. And this is why you're going to need those ebony wood malabis that have been charged, okay? So that you are clear and current. You want to collect the experiences that you have had up until this point so you can be wise about your forward movement. The wisdom is going to come from the mistakes that have occurred from the past that you have taken the time to look at and to learn from. They're not lessons until you have learned why and how come. Okay? With the solar eclipse, we have an outward, external transformation. The change is going to be obvious. So you don't want to be like standing up, obviously having made like some impulsive decision about your future that's going to affect your future and generations to come off of a whim. You got that? Like silence, let that like settle in, settle in. Not that you should be afraid to make those very distinctive changes that the world can see. But when we make those kind of changes, like I said, you want to have peace and joy in your heart. That's it. Not anyone else's peace and joy. Your peace and joy. Okay? The other thing is, you can easily be deceived. This is just, this is life. You can be easily deceived. And so it's going to be that much more important that while you thinking to keep one in the clip for someone you think is after you, that it could be the one that you had no idea really felt some kind of way about you. You see what I'm saying? So, this ritual and the time that I'm asking you to take, I know y'all already should be used to like 3 hours of ritual time at this point. But the time I'm asking you to take to really center in for it is because I want you to be that clear. This is such a beautiful opportunity to totally wipe the slate clean. You know what I mean? To look at what has occurred and now what's it going to be? All right. Let's see. Um, I mentioned that I didn't want to miss anything, so y'all, I like made a couple of mental notes. I mentioned how your need for freedom and independence could push you to self-sabotage. So bear that in mind. Acknowledge and be harmonious and optimistic and joyful about the the people, your crew, your people who you're around, right? Play your part. Acknowledge love, joy, creativity. Like those kind of things should be fueling your next projects. Okay? Innovation. All right? Another thing that is very important is that you have an opportunity to really hone in on your deepest wound, the wound of your life that continues to dictate or narrate what is going to trigger you or inform your decisions. The description I'm giving you is your Chiron. So, for those of you who are studying your charts and all of that, looking to see what is relevant as far as your personal placement with your Chiron, know what your wounds are. Listen, you can go put in your coordinates, I say your date of birth, time, where you were born, and find out where your Chiron is. And look at and study what really has been my deepest wound. If you're not into all of that, think about your life. What has been something that occurs um, continuously throughout like the plot of your life that you end up feeling less confident or set back in some kind of way? It does not happen the same way for everyone, okay? But this is the wound. But you have that energy available to you now to, in a positive way, to see what is really at the root of the issue and then be empowered by what that wound was. Be empowered by it, okay? Because that is the point of experiencing the wound. Like your life is towards like taking, your lemons and making lemonade. That is what I would describe as your Chiron, right? What gifts, what juiciness, what nourishment can you receive from having experienced whatever you had to experience to bring you to this place in your life moving forward? How can you flip the script and make it work for you? Okay. And you have access to some really, really optimistic energy for that. Okay. Um, Venus, right? Moving into next year, because we're going to go through a retrograde. And I am telling you right now, this energy is going to be just reviewing, remembering, like looking at how you've done things. Next year is going to ask you to like be hella creative in how you do things, to experience more beauty, harmonious beauty. Like, how can you make things more beautiful? And outwardly so and inwardly, okay, in a real, real way. And so you have a lot to um, think about, but they're all connected. Tomorrow, before you set up your final um, ritual space, okay, I will go more into depth about what I meant about connecting heaven and earth, because that is the reality that we're moving into. Okay? So for tonight, all I want you to do is I want you to stare into your six-pointed star. And I'm about to show y'all an addition that you're going to add. And I will take a picture of this and put it in HOC. You're going to draw this. Okay? So print out the plain six-pointed star in a circle. And then you're going to print out another one and draw this. And you're going to stare at that next. We'll discuss it more tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow's lesson. Again, for those of you who want to be prepared for the winter solstice work that is going to follow this powerful ritual, text me at 202-810-1876, or you can click the link in the description where it says Genuine Ebony Mala to get your mala beads now. They are fully cleansed As you will see in the thumbnail for this video, I had to bring in those higher ancestral energies, purify all of the energy around those protective malas for your work, because y'all need to be able to see very deeply and clearly so you can execute. Okay? I love y'all. I'm out. Peace, love, and bliss. I see y'all on the flip side.